today we're going to go over the planetary aspects that are surrounding us and affecting us for this week, May 8th through the 14th. And this week we have a lot going on with Mercury, the planet of the mind, leaving its retrograde last week and finally picking up speed this week, opening up the lines of communication again and speeding up the process with a lot of things that have been delayed over the past few weeks as it's been in its retrograde phase. We also have the Scorpio Full Moon on Wednesday the 10th, which is a very transformative full moon, signaling endings that lead to new beginnings and a lot of change that comes as a result that brings some solid footing in our lives. And we also have a few things happening with Mars and Jupiter at the end of the week that are going to bring a lot of luck to those that really put in their energy and effort and confidence moving forward. So let's get going into it now. Starting out with Mercury, planet of thought, right? Like I said last week, it left its retrograde phase on Wednesday, May 3rd. And Mercury goes retrograde 4 times out of the year, right? It's the planet that retrogrades the most out of all of the planets in the solar system. And when a planet retrogrades, what it does is it kind of goes backwards. It goes offline for a little bit, and it goes backwards to whatever aspects and attributes that planet carries. So in this case, Mercury, the planet of communication, when it goes retrograde, we, as a whole, for those 3 weeks, tend to have communication breakdowns. Messages don't send, phone lines don't work, emails don't go through, communication between one another just is very clouded and does not get through. Your voice doesn't say what it needs to say because you can't get it from here to here and get it out. And if you do get it out, the person on the other end's not hearing and they're not processing it, right? So Mercury is notoriously known for that, but it's also known for delays of all kinds because of miscommunication. Let's say you're getting a house, right? There's a delay because somebody forgot to get the paperwork to who it needed to go to because they didn't understand and blah, 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 blah. So it delays that process. There's a lot of attributes that happen when Mercury goes into retrograde. But the thing is, when it goes into that phase, it's not just that it's frustrating and causing us all these irritations. What happens in that time frame is it gives our mind a chance to kind of go offline for a little bit. Stop thinking and overthinking so much and actually just kind of be and observe. And in that process, that helps us to kind of revise any kind of plans that we have coming up, right? And as Mercury goes direct, we have a little bit better understanding and clearer understanding of what it is that we want to do. And the energy this week, as Mercury starts to pick up speed and our mind in turn also picks up speed as well, there's a lot of other astrological influences behind it that are really helping to move forward into the future to make some really massive changes. A lot of that in the air this week. So this week, Mercury, the planet of thought, is going to be making a really interesting connection that happened not too long ago. This was just about 2 weeks ago. Okay, here we go. We got Uranus right here. Okay, Uranus is a planet that brings us crazy, chaotic, unexpected things. It's the rebel, and it likes to free us from stagnated situations that just don't work anymore. Okay, Uranus. Here it is. Slow-moving planet. Doesn't go very fast. But you got Mercury, right? Fastest-moving planet of them all. Now, Mercury went by, and then it went retrograde, right? And as it goes retrograde, it kind of looks like it's going backwards. It's not really going backwards. The rest of space is moving forward. But Mercury appears to be going backward, and then what it did is it aligned again with Uranus a couple of weeks ago. And as it did that, it had us looking to the past about ways that we needed to break ourselves free of limiting circumstances, right? What's holding you back? That came into the forefront a couple Fridays ago, big time. Now, Mercury's gone direct again, right? Mercury kept going backwards that time. But now that it's gone direct, on Tuesday this week, it's moving forward with that momentum of this is exactly what I know I need to do to change in this life, right? How I want to make things change. So here comes Mercury again, fast-moving planet, and it comes up to Uranus, that planet that wants to free us. And as it does that, it brings through some unexpected things, right? It does. Whether it's an event, whether it's a person, whether it's the things that people say to us, something that gets us to think in the world that we don't necessarily think, the world of the unusual. Something triggers something within us that helps us to understand things on a whole new level. Brilliant flashes of insight that come through as Mercury and Uranus align. This is the last time this year this happens, okay? So just pay attention, right? If you run into somebody new that has something really interesting that really gets your mind clicking, there's a reason for it, okay? Because ultimately, through their message, they're going to help free you from the situation you've been stuck in, right? You've been praying for it, right? God brings us answers in the most unexpected ways, right? A lot of times that's through the planet Uranus. Okay, so not only that, okay, we got that happening on Tuesday, but then on, Thursday, on the 11th, we have Mercury yet again, and it's making a really harmonious connection, a trine is what it's called, with the planet Saturn. Saturn is the planet that brings us stability, right? So if you've got these new ideas, you've got these new thoughts moving forward, this is how I want to make something change in this life. Right now, I know what I need to do. Saturn comes through, and as it touches that Mercury that's still empowered by the freedom-focused Uranus, Saturn is going to stabilize and make some solid ground for you to walk on to get those plans in motion. It's a wonderful connection if you really are truly honest about moving forward in this life, and this gives you the right type of mature footings and really solid ground to move forward, right? Good things that happened this week with that, okay? Last week we had a little bit of craziness going on with Mercury leaving retrograde, and then on Friday it went through a little bit of a storm as it was moving out of retrograde and moving forward, and it blew things up. And I tell you what, this weekend I had readings at a wonderful bookstore in Adrian. Hey, Gadris, what's up? And in that process, I tell you what, I did a few readings. Well, I did a number of readings there that day, but I can't tell you how many people I did these readings for saying, yes, yesterday we had this Mercury storm, where it's almost like the whole Mercury retrograde gets condensed into one day, like haywire, crazy communication. And I had everybody say the same thing. Oh, is that what happened yesterday? Right? Everybody experienced it in a different way. Now, Mercury's kind of given up on that part of it, right? And it's moving forward this week, bringing us good things, right? Pay attention, right? Good things come. So then we have Wednesday, okay? That starts out the mind, right? The mind is ready to move forward into these new projects, new ideas, new adventures, right? So then we have the Scorpio Full Moon that happens on Wednesday. Full moons, of course, always are going to represent completion. They bring completion to whatever it is the month has brought you, all right? Not only the month, but if you're ready to complete certain cycles, like here we were talking about stuff we want to leave in the past and we want to change things and free ourselves from chains of the past, thanks to Uranus this week, this full moon is what's going to help you do that, right? If you're really truly ready to transform it, the Taurus full moon's going to do it. Let me tell you why. Because it's a fixed sign. If you really make optimistic changes for moving forward, especially for the body, for the money, or for anything that brings you general security, those are the things that Taurus rules. And Taurus, as a fixed sign, is going to be stable. It's going to be like the hub of a wheel. There's not much that can move it, right? It's very consistent in what it does. So if you make these changes now, if you really start acting on them and purging the things that you don't need, purging, of course, comes from Scorpio this week, and the moon is in Scorpio. If you're ready to purge them, the stabilizing wheel is going to make sure that everything is fine, right? That you're on good, solid ground to do it. There's a lot of energy behind that, right? You're ready to free yourself. This is the week to start letting go, because the universe is behind you saying, you've thought this through, and I'm giving you some really good energy to make it happen. So this is the way we look at it. Another way of looking at it, too. Not only do the full moons represent completion cycles, right? What it is that the sun and the moon are in complete opposition to one another. The sun being the outer self and how we direct ourselves in the world. The moon being our inner self and how we feel on the inside. Inner self versus outer self. And there's a lot of conflict there usually, isn't there, right? Full moons represent that. That's why they usually say, like, hospitals go crazy and werewolves come out and all the sorts of random stuff happens at a full moon, because it is. It's that focus between the inner and the outer, that polarity that we all deal with in this lifetime, and that brings a lot of emotion to the surface. It certainly does. Now, this full moon, we have got the Taurus sun on one end, right? And what is great about this is that this Taurus sun is a grounding energy. It's an earth sign. It's very focused on the tangible and physical items that bring us security in our life. Money, our body, our home, the foundations that are under our feet. That is what the Taurus sun shines its light on, Okay, so here it is in the full moon cycle on this week, and this grounding energy helps us to embrace and accept any of the recent changes that have been happening in our life. It helps us to accept them, and it helps us on the other end of it, right? This Scorpio moon, okay, is our inner self, and it's very deep feeling, and it's very in tune with its intuition. And what that brings us is powerful transformation. It brings a shift to move forward with clarity as we go on, because we've had Mercury helping us understand what needs to change, and we're ready to make it happen, right? Fantastic polarity between the two, grounded energy, but psychic connection on this end that's ready for the transformation. That polarity gets brought into focus this week, so pay attention for that. But if you're ready to dump it, one of the main things that this moon asks us, in order to make change, we have to embrace our personal power, right? And not only we embrace our personal power, but we understand that our personal power doesn't come just from our body, Taurus, right? It comes from our spirit, Scorpio, right? We are more than just the physical matter that you see in front of you now, right? You're more than just these lovely little jazz hands that are doing this video today. We are a soul that is endless and timeless, and it goes on and on and on throughout the ages, and it takes on new bodies each time and new lessons each time, right? And understand that if you've been going through quite a difficult time, my friend, right, this moon is bringing through that power for you to embrace your spirit and to say, this is the next phase my soul needs to take. Physical body have the strength to do it, and it will. Okay, your soul knows when it needs to move forward. It knows when its karmic contracts are ended with people, with places, with events, with times in your life. You know when you know when you know that the time is right. Okay, and this moon is going to bring that into focus. So claim that personal power and know that you are more than just the body that's in front of you. You're a wonderful spirit, and this power helps us to step up, take responsibility, and move forward in our life and make the transformative changes that we really, really want, right? That's exactly what we need. And another great thing that comes with that too, okay? So we got all this happening. What a powerful week already, right? Oh my gosh. And then on Friday, whatever day that is, the 12th, okay, on Friday the 12th, we have Mars, okay? This is going to be really important for you Aries friends, and I did so many readings for folks and Adrian this weekend that were Aries, and this is such a great sign because Aries is the initiator. It wants new things, and I love that God brought me a lot of Aries this week because it brings new, fresh life that always wants something new and exciting and interesting and fun. So Aries friends, this is going to be helping you the best, right? We talked about inspiring things, stuff that you want to change, places you want to go, people you want to be with, new areas of your life that you want to explore. So my Aries friends, those ones that have ascendants, suns, or moons in Aries, this is a week when Jupiter makes an awesome connection with your ruling planet Mars. Okay, Mars, of course, is a planet that charges forward and makes the changes. It's the warrior planet that says, I want to do something different here, and I'm going to charge through to make it happen. Jupiter, the planet of luck, is making a connection with that. So it gives you that personal power, confidence that comes from Mars, and every single one of us, not just our Aries friends, all of us, okay? You have that power now this week, realizing what you want to do to change. Jupiter is coming through at the end of the week and touching this planet for the remainder of the week, going into next week, saying, I'm going to give you the luck. I'll give you the opportunities, and you're ready to claim your power? Yeah, I'll give you a window of opportunity to open. So the universe is behind you big time this week. Not only this week, okay, the last aspect I'm going to talk about right now is that we have the North Node moving into, well, actually backing up out of the Virgo Pisces axis, and it's going retrograde into the Leo Aquarius axis. And I know that sounds like a whole bunch of gibberish, but let me tell you what it means. Okay, the North Node is a calculated point between the Sun and the Moon. Remember I said the Sun and Moon is outer self, inner self? This is a calculated point between the two. Okay, And what it represents is our soul's purpose and our soul's destiny, what we're here to do in this lifetime. And it's interesting because now, as the North Node goes retrograde, it's starting to look to the past. What have I gone and what have I done that has led me up to this point? And where am I at in my path moving forward? Because I got some confusion up in here, right? What's awesome is that it's landing in the sign of Leo now. Opposing sign to that is Aquarius, so we call that the Leo-Aquarius axis, right? What happens there is that the North Node goes into this sign, and this is the year of Leo, because the major eclipses, massive eclipses that we're having this year, happen in the sign of Leo. So it represents, eclipses always represent brand new beginnings, even more powerful than new moons. These are new beginnings, new phases in life, and they happen in the sign of Leo this year. So Leos are going to have very transformative years. Every one of you. If you have a Leo moon, sun, ascendant, very powerful year of change for you. But for everybody, these eclipses bring new beginnings, and where the beginnings happen is all things Leo. This is going to make massive impacts on what makes you happy. It's what brings you new confidence. It's what makes you claim your personal power. How cool is that, right? That the point of our soul's destiny is backing up into that sign of personal power that is bringing us new beginnings and happiness. What's happened thus far this year with this eclipse cycle is that in February, beginning part of February, we had the lunar eclipses that had us looking to hidden matters that we weren't necessarily aware that were going on, or we pushed so far back in our mind that we preferred not to look at them for what they really were. They got brought to the forefront in February, okay? First part of February when the lunar eclipses happened. And they really brought to the forefront, what is it that I need to change? Like, you can't hide it from it anymore. February made that known. This is what I need gone or done or changed in my life, right? And then in August, we have the solar eclipses that happen. And that focuses on what is seen. And it focuses on the energy moving forward. It focuses on the massive change. And this is when we start living in that happiness that these eclipses are supposed to mean. So here we are at a midpoint now between those lunar eclipses of knowing what needs to change, and in August when the things really start rocking and rolling and we're living in that happiness, right? And now this shift that's happening right now is helping us to gain confidence and actually start taking steps forward to moving into what it is that will make us happy, right? Follow your intuition, right? Because my goodness, not only this week do you have the luck, you have the solid footing behind you as well to make these new plans work. OMG, what an awesome astrological week we got up in here on planet Earth this week. So let's do a reading because I'm like 18 minutes into this now, and Yappy Aberstein here has been going on forever. So here we go. Okay, so we're going to start out with my little box of stones because the other ones are still sitting out there from the readings yesterday because I got everybody's energies in them, and we're letting the Taurus sun ground them, transmitting those energies and sending amazing vibes back to all of you, my wonderful friends. Thank you so much for coming yesterday. Sending some wonderful energy back to you, grounding energy to help you move forward in your path. So we are going to use the little box of stones today and see what angel's working with us for this week of amazing, wonderful transformation through the full moon. Who are you? Nope. Yep. Oh, sweet. Hey, hey. I love it because it's a triangle too. I love to talk about triangles. Oh, look, there's triangles behind it too. Hey. This is an awesome stone right here. This is called a malachite. All right. And I love this because what it does is it cleanses and it clears the heart center, right? This is where all the giving and receiving comes through. Love is the universal currency, my friend. When we die and we leave this physical body behind, we don't take it with us. We don't take the money with us. We don't take those tangible Taurus items with us, right? We take love and we take that energy. And we move forward into the next realm and do whatever our soul's meant to do there, right? But here on Earth, we have to remember that to keep those scales balanced, we have to keep this area balanced, right? If you're feeling restricted, most likely it's because you got your heart guarded, right? This is a stone that opens it. through this stone, not only this, but it brings powerful psychic insights too. So this is a fantastic stone for this week, for not only grounding ourselves, grounding that heart center, opening that heart center, it's also for opening up our psychic channels so we can hear and move forward fearlessly, right? So what our spirit says to do. But not only that, we also have Archangel Raphael that comes through, this guy right here. And Archangel Raphael is the healer. He heals the heart. He heals the financial problems. He heals the mind, the body, the soul, you name it. You call on Archangel Raphael and he will be the one to heal you up. So he is here this week to bring healing, whether it's healing karmic ties with what we're leaving in the past, heal our heart as we leave these things behind, heal these relationships moving forward. Whatever it is, call on him, okay? He's in this green aura. Think green. Think green, and it thinks health. All various levels of health. So let's ask Archangel Raphael what it is he has to bring us this week. The message for this full moon. Week transformation. I have to do it 2 more times. Oh boy, we got some news coming. Page of Fire. We just had this card too. I'm going to pull the next card. OMG. That's what it is. Okay. So I'm going to kind of use both of these cards because usually a page card indicates we got a massive message coming through. Usually because it's fire, it's going to be something quick. We know that's happening this week as Mercury and Uranus align again. Message come through, man. It's going to happen fast. Okay. Very exciting news. Wonderful opportunity coming forward this week. Okay. This is the card, though, that this is the message. And I love this because I had this card a few times yesterday as well for my friends. And I think maybe because I know that you're watching, God is also bringing this card for you. But I also know that there's a massive impact for a lot of people in a lot of ways because this card represents Mercury and Aquarius. Aquarius being ruled by Uranus. And like I said before, Mercury and Uranus are aligning for the last time this week. Remember, that brings unexpected news and unexpected opportunities. They're really pushing that this week, okay? And with that, this card, the Six of Air, represents that you are moving past the most difficult part of the struggle. You've already done everything. You've already thought it through. Now we're moving forward. We're moving forward fearlessly into the future. Let me read you exactly what the card says. Things are looking up. Hey, hey, I told you. The end of a difficult situation, or it could very well represent taking a trip over water to get where it is you need to go. But I'm looking at this from the Mercury and Aquarius aspect for what's happening in the skies this week, and knowing that if you really stay focused with this energy, some awesome things are coming. But it also means that we're leaving something behind, right? That's exactly what's happening. So let's pull a chakra card as well with this. Leaving things behind, we've got that. Archangel Raphael behind us, healing things, healing memories from the past, situations, making sure everybody's fine. Whatever it is that we're leaving behind, we're not doing it in anger, we're not doing it in malice, and we're not doing it out of hurt. So we want to make sure everybody's healed every which way in that process. So let's pull a little extra here from Raphael. Let's see what he's got to say to go with it. 2 more. Hold on. Recovery. Isn't that something? Leaving things behind, and we're going to be recovering. We're healing. I also see this, my friends. Okay, if you find that you've been battling an addiction, legitimately, I'm looking at it from this perspective as well. This is a full moon cycle. If you're ready to dump those old habits, if there's something that's really holding you back, are you overeating? Are you smoking? Are you doing something a lot worse for yourself? You know what it is, and you've been trying and you've been trying. This is the full moon that's going to give you the stick with it power to do it. Stabilizing hub of the wheels, Taurus, okay? This is a cycle to do it. The next 2 weeks is a very powerful astrological time for you to do it, okay? This week especially. And it will bring the recovery that you need. But I'm also saying this too, if it's not some sort of addiction that you have or what have you, this is also just recovering in general, right? We're moving forward. We're leaving something behind. And in this process, we're focusing on clearing our crown chakra, because this is the chakra that it's most focused on, clearing out the old memories, leaving things behind, and then we get the key to the future. There's a key in there. You can see it somewhere. Right there. It's really hard to see. We get the key to the future to move forward and recovered health. all around, right? And then that way we can move forward a little bit confidently into the next phase. So, everybody, have a wonderful week. Call on Archangel Raphael to help you, heal you, this wonderful transformation, transformative energy of this week. Everybody, thank you so much for watching, and have a blessed